You can always pause this to read it. Please take the time to subscribe to all these channels. They're really great channels. You'll learn a lot. I just get tired of typing all this stuff all the time, and that's why I'm recording it. I'm boxing this clock up. It's a 1986 Chalet Oompa band member musical cuckoo clock. First of all, before you even think about hanging this clock up, I personally use sheetrock screws. And you want to put the sheetrock screw preferably in a stud at an angle. That way when you hang the clock up, that the top hole is where the clock hangs. And this wall is temporarily, so the screws are not at an angle like it should be. You put the screw about 6.5 feet or so up in the air. That way when your weights drop, they are not touching the floor. Just like these clocks. These clocks are all about 6.5 feet. I'm 6 feet. And this is me looking straight at this wall. So the screw is 6.5 to 7 feet off the floor. So anyway, you hang the clock. Now I'm going to take the pendulum off, and you move the clock to the left or to the right until this pendulum leader wire is swinging. And you could put your finger out there and it bounces off your finger. When you have that, that's after you put all the weights and you take all the packing and all that stuff off. When you have that, that's when you could put the pendulum on, give it a swing, and it should stay running. The minute hand, which is the longest hand, always rotate it clockwise. The hour hand, which is friction fit, you can rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. The reason why it stopped is because my chains were stuck underneath that board. After it cuckoos, the music's gonna play. And I forget how many times that was, so we're gonna do it again. Make sure this wire here, which is the original nighttime shutoff lever, but it's also a shipping wire, is away from the door so the door can open. But rotate the minute hand in a clockwise position, stopping on the half hour and the hour for it to cuckoo and for it to play music. That was a half hour. Here comes the hour. It cuckooed 10 times, so I can rotate this hour hand up to the 10, and if it's loose, you push it both on the left side of the hand, on the right side of the hand, push it back on the shaft, and I can't do that one-handed. And if your hand is off, you loosen this nut, put your hand where you want it, and then tighten up that nut. Preferably put your screws in a stud and have it sticking out for this kind of clock about an inch off the wall at an angle. If you can't find a stud, use wall anchors, and I'm going to show you the kind of wall anchors I use. You can buy these at Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, and they hold up to 105 pounds. I do not use the screws that come with them. I put the plastic insert in and you follow the directions, but I don't use these screws. I like using sheetrock screws because the head of the sheetrock screw is bigger than these screws, and it'll prevent your clock from falling off the wall. Preferably put the screw in a stud, but if you can't find a stud, use some sort of heavy-duty wall anchor. You're paying quite a bit of money for this clock, so you want to make sure your clock doesn't come off the wall. Studs are typically 16 inches apart, and you will see that I have clocks every 12 inches. And that's because I use those wall anchors. And some clocks I only have about 6 inches away from each other. And that's because I use those wall anchors when the screw is not in a stud. This clock was made in 1986. The movement shows 25-86, meaning it was a 25 shows it's a one-day movement, but 86 shows that the movement was made in 1986. So the clock functions as required, and it has recently been serviced, and you can find YouTube videos on this clock where I serviced it. But now I need to box this clock up and get an estimated shipping price. You will see right here it says 25-86. There's no maker's name on this movement. It does say made in West Germany. It does also have the modern nighttime shutoff lever. And when you push it up like this, it won't cuckoo and the music won't play. The arm has to be down like this for it to cuckoo and the music to play. If you look inside, this right here is got to do with the lift lock lever. And when I activate this lever up, it pushes on the lift lock lever, and this is part of the lift lock lever, and the lift lock lever is what starts everything in action to cuckoo and to play music. But if it's pushed on, it can't work. So this lever has to be down. This is a fairly big clock. It measures over 15 inches in height. And it is about 13 inches wide. I'm going to add pieces of wire that keep these bellows closed. So when you get this clock, you're going to take out the pack-in material. This wire right here is called a pendulum leader wire. After you take out the packing material, you're going to want to pull this pendulum leader wire down so it's nice and straight and comes out the bottom of the clock. If it's up in the air like that, your clock will not run. It has to be down, floating like that. But I'm going to add shipping clips to keep the bellows closed, packing material in here, and so let me do that now. There's one of the clips that I put on, and you will have to pull this off for the bellows to work. And I gotta put one on the front bellow. And there's the one on the front. I put it in from the front. I'm probably gonna put this one in from the front also. You'll have to take those wires off before you hang your clock up, or the cuckoo will not work. The packing material is only to prevent things from moving around. Back door has this slot right here. It goes down in that slot at the bottom, and then you push it forward to lock it in place. This clip locks it in place. This hole is not where you hang up the clock. That's what the hammer strikes. This hole is where you hang up the clock. And you can see it's probably 3/8 of an inch long. So that's why your screw head needs to be sticking at an angle again out of the wall about an inch. And you will see I put a wire all the way through the chains. So when you get it, you'll have to take this wire off. And I'm going to put these chains in a Ziploc bag, and you'll have to unravel the chains. Unfortunately, in shipping, they can get tangled up and tied in knots. And there I have the chains in this plastic bag and rubber band around the plastic bag. Now I'm gonna roll this clock in this packing material, and you can see I have bubble wrap around the dial to hopefully prevent any damage. Now you can see the clock is wrapped up, and I'm going to try to fit it in a box. It fits in this box, but I'm going to put packing material down first. I got packing material down first. The corners, I'm going to put the weights after I put them in packing material. Here's your 3 weights. The pendulum, a lot of people will put the pendulum in packing material and throw it in a box. I don't do that. The way I pack a pendulum, I first put it in cardboard. Then I'm going to put packing material around this to reinforce it, then put it in a box. So here's your pendulum all wrapped up. And I think I'm going to put it right there on top of the clock and then shove packing material down in those holes. Now I've got packing material everywhere, and I'm going to put packing material on top, and when it's all taped up, it will pass my shake test, or I put more stuff in it. Now you will see it passes my shake test. Nothing moves. It's all secure. And because of that, I am not responsible for what the post office does. As you can see, this thing was packed professionally. I used to pack munitions for a living. If I could package munitions, I could package a clock. And I pray to God that it gets here in one piece. Now the box is 15 inches by 14 inches by 12.5 inches, and it weighs around 11 pounds. And that's the smallest box I could use. Now looking on my table, there is this bellow lift wire. I'm 99% certain it doesn't go to this clock. I think it goes to another clock. But I'm putting it in the box just in case. and I just put it down in there. Again, 99.9% certain it was just an extra one that I had on my table, but just in case, I want to make sure you got all the parts. Shipping through USPS, cheapest route is $20.10. And that doesn't count my gas. It's 25 miles round trip for me to go to the post office and back. And I don't charge people typically my gas. If they make me make a couple of trips, then yes, I do charge them something. So after I boxed that clock up and provided the the potential buyer, the information, they're like, that's too much money. So the seller decided that they wanted this clock. So congratulations, William. I hope this makes a great Christmas present for you, for whoever you bought it for. May God bless.